Yeah, gamers, rise up. How are we this evening? It is Paraguay, France we're watching. I thought it was France, Paraguay, to be honest with you, but it's not. Bear with me while I just get this on. There we go. Um, I'll just get this on the YouTube on my phone so I can read the chat if there's any commotion. Uh, there we go. I think that's my Paraguay, right? Hello, my two viewers. How are yous? Paraguay, France. I thought it was France, Paraguay, alphabetically, but up the Paraguayans. If this does go to extra time, I'm gonna be bricking it. Do I just get an energy drink now? What's the conditions? When it's the hydration break, I'll get me Monster. Hello, viewer. I love you. How are you? I'll have a Monster at the hydration break. All right, fly off then. Who the fuck is cutting up wood or whatever at 10 o'clock at night? Watch the football like a normal person? Crazy. Anyways, let's see. Who is it? Has a woman refereed in the World Cup? Married to my eyes, he may kiss the bride. 3 Uzbekistanis and 2 Qatarians. There's the dictator. There's our Lord and Savior. All hail Kylian Mbappe. Dictator Mbappe, we love you. We love you. We love you. Do, 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 do. Chilean, Italian, USarian. No, USarian. That's a good one, that actually. Because that's what they believe the future is: white skin, blonde hair, light blue eyes. Paraguay, Gil, Alonso, Dirty, Gomez, Velasquez, Cáceres, Galaza, Cubas, Gomez, Almiron, and then Sesco. I couldn't see his name. Yellow cards for Galas and Cubas. I want to see Miggy's smile. There he is, Miggy. I love him. Miggy, 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 can't you see? Look at you smile, it hypnotizes me. Oh, I love him. Up the Paraguayans. France, Magnan, Digny, Saliba, Upamecano, Koundé, Rabiot, Kone, Barcola, Elise Dembele, and Dictator. Sorry, Kylian Mbappe. Excuse me. There he is. That's mandatory. You know, he's already dated one trans woman. I'll let him date me, the dictator, our Lord and Savior. Yeah. Did you see the video of Didier Deschamps bowing down to Mbappe after he won, uh, beat the record, sorry, for, was it most international goals scored by a French player? Bless him. I know what it's like to lose a mother. And to have over 50,000 people aware that you've lost your mother, that's crazy. Like, mine was what? 20 people I kept close or something, including relatives and stuff. That was bad enough, I guess. But over a million people probably to know that your mother's passed away, that's crazy. That's nothing's private, is it? It's like the Senegalese manager that lost his father. Crazy, absolutely crazy stuff. I'll turn the light on the hydration break because it's getting windy now, so I like feeling the fresh air. You know what I mean? Three, two, un, and they've kicked it out for a throw-in. A Gmail notification. Seeing what's in everyone else has. ITVX. I was gonna say I'm watching ITVX. I was gonna do a little skit. I'm not watching the iPlayer. Honestly, it literally says BBC there, and it's not just that BBC I like. But anyways, all right. Oh, Mannion. Right. Already off the bat, Paraguay are proper person. I like Stephen Warnock. I think I signed him on FIFA. Or I kept him when I had Aston Villa as my career mode club. Oh, Paraguay clear. I'm still thinking about Cabo Verde. Is Kante in this squad? I've not seen him play. He is French, isn't he? N'Golo Kante, yeah, he's French. He wasn't playing against Senegal. Coca-Cola. I've had a. Oh, it's on the floor now. Professor Peppy or something. Married to my highs, you may kiss the bride. Trouble in my brain, keep me up at night. Said I was okay, but I'm lying. Inside I am dying. Crazy to think Michael Elise went from a Crystal Palace winger that was being talked about to being signed by Bayern Munich, and now everybody knows who he is. When it might have only have been match of the day stands outside of the Premier League who was aware of his existence. I don't like their colour, but I want Paraguay to win. Hmm, hmm. Oh, we need to blow my nose. This is when you know your nose is getting better. It's just being a fucking divvy. Oh. Anyways, cross in by Elise, France header, Paraguay deal with it. Dry, dry. It's not even dry snot, it's just dry. It feels like a crack, like a scab. Could be a scab, which probably means I shouldn't pick it if it is. Married to my bones, even just a brown, trouble in my crown. Can't see. That's what I don't get. It's hot weather, and I appreciate a manager wants to look smart, but there's other ways to be smart as well. There's other ways to dress smart without wearing a massive suit and tie when it's this type of weather. You know what I mean? You could easily wear a polo shirt, casual shorts, joggers. No, what they're called. The jogger shorts, what they're called, jorts. There's other ways to look smart. The Belgian manager was sweating his armpits off. The Argentinian manager was sweating his armpits. Oh, excuse me. I feel like because this is a 10 o'clock game, a monster will be allowed. Because usually my brain is like 11:30 sleep. When you be sociable, even me doing this live stream is me being sociable and talking, it kind of knocks more energy out of you. Right. But obviously, this could go to extra time, couldn't it? And if it goes to extra time, I'm fucked if I've got no Enster monster energy. Trouble in my brain. I don't know if for branching off to listening to albums on the channel, I want to listen to movie soundtracks that aren't original songs created for the movie. There's my dictator. Miggy. Had that way by Paraguay. Trouble in my brain. It's having a laugh on the pitch, my lord. Crazy stuff. 18 and 18. Because I could easily listen to film soundtracks that songs were made for the movie, but it's not a musical. But I don't know. I've not fully decided yet. But I do want to start. I keep saying this. We are getting closer to album reactions happening on the channel. It's just right now finishing off what I need to in my personal life, ready for events that are sociable events, which I'm not looking forward to because that requires being awake. And it's fine being awake when you're at home because you can be asleep, if you know what I mean. So, like, I don't mind being sociable. I love the outdoors, going out and stuff. What I hate is talking, ironic, really. But if I'm awake at home, I can still be half asleep, whereas I've got to be fully awake when I'm out. It feels like work, but without the being monitored for every single millisecond I don't scan an item for. Well, You ever played the game, viewer? Superman Returns. Crossed in. Headed. Not away. I used to have Superman Returns on the DS on an R4 card. Um, and I hated it. I loved the different costumes, but it always felt like you could do everything in the game and still the city would be dead. It never felt like there was a cohesive narrative, or no matter what you did, Metropolis stayed still. No, soft. I am looking forward to rewatching Superman Returns. First time I watched it, I had to watch it in 2 different days because I was just like, I'm not feeling it when I was little. But my mate said that he wrote an essay on it or something, and it's sort of like an apology for 9/11 in a sense. Whether the essay was about it's an apology for 9/11 or not, I don't know. But I think the movie itself is an apology for that or something. But James Marsden is like the biggest cuckold in superhero cinema. It's crazy. He's in Sonic as well. I don't like the Sonic films. I will rewatch them now that I've got a letterboxd account and monitor my film progress. But I can't get into it. I love Sonic as a character, but I just don't think his movies are that good. Married to my heart, make us the bride, trouble in my brain. I thought we were still in June, to be honest with you. I really did. And then I looked at some of my notes and I was like, ah. I kind of clicked on when I saw June. I was like, oh, it's July. But I thought we were still in June, honestly. Even though I was aware that we weren't. And this was after the stream for the Canada game. There he is. See, this is what I've said, yeah. Oh, I love that. It's windy and I'm feeling it on my skin. I love it. Anyways, for Newcastle, Almiron would have excelled as a wing back. He's got the defensive work rate to be a fullback and can produce something magical on the wing, but both are inconsistent. If he had stayed and we had just converted him to a wing back, I think he would have been getting a lot more positive praise. Wenger. You ignore him, Stephen Warnock. You ignore him. Married to my heart, she may kiss the bride, trouble in my brain. Can I sleep at night? Yes, Bradley Barcola, caught by the Paraguayan goalkeeper. Oh, I love the fresh air. I love the dark clouds in the sky. I love it. Injected into my fucking veins. Yes, France in the box. Paraguay trying to quickly deal with it. Goalkeeper catches it, stops it from being corner. Oh, my lord couldn't get to it. French corner. Shut up. Must be so easy being Didier Deschamps, or Deschamps or whatever, because he literally got one of the most exciting pools of players. No, I think it's a bit harsh. I think he did. I don't think it's a yellow card. I think it's a warning to calm. Gladly Barcola yellow card, France number 12. I don't think it's a yellow card. I think it's a talking to, if that. Awful. Paraguay win the ball back. Dropped by France. Wide. Nearly. Oh, deflection. France have the ball. Cross in. Paraguay header it. Corner. Dembele's corner wasted. But hydration break. Back. Back. They would have expected what? You all have a little huddle. Mike Mannion with his great towel over his neck. I'm back. Hello, chat. Still on the hydration break. Mike Mannion still got his great power thing on his neck. Let me just check the brightness. It's on 40. Perfect. Well, get yourself a 9 pack. You're saving a few quid. I think I saved maybe £3 from Asda. Ultra Rose. It's not the best. Oh, why is he flossing, man? Get a life. It's not as good as Pipeline Punch or the Mango Loco, but I say it's top 10 or top whatever. What is that battery percentage? 15. Fuck off. Baby. Ooh. Ah. I love Monster. I think everybody does, to be honest. And I need it. I think any 10 game kickoff now, I'll have Monster. Ooh. Because obviously I've got to be sociable, and that's hurting me. Hey, hey, chat. Ooh. Hey. I wanna know. Oh, Alexander, comment. What up, what up? Hey, Jordays. Ooh. Hey. I want. Uh, I shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You gave love a bad name. I think that's Bon Jovi. So they got "Living on a Prayer." They've got "It's My Life, It's Now or Never." Whoa, is that a back pass? No, "Shot through the heart." I feel like I might have heard D or A before, maybe in Friends. I know the entire subplot of one character's arc in the show Baby Daddy was finding Bon Jovi to marry him. Oh, look at this Bliss drum pace. That's my goat. That's my goat. That's my goat. That was my goat there. Miggy 10. Fuck Messi 10. Miggy 10. That was my goat. You can tell the caffeine's kicking in already. Shot. Deflected. Shot. Wide. When I go. When I go. There we go. So I'm halfway through already. Oh, been demolished on that, man. It's weird. I didn't think I had an energy drink for weeks until Australia, Turkey, 5 a.m. I think it was like maybe a month I'd left it. And now after 2 weeks, I've had two in 2 days. But obviously, now it's late. I kick offs. Paraguay keep the ball in play and clear it from their defensive lines. What's happening? One make me get up. So the DCU is the DC universe that is branching out of standard comic book norms by actually treating certain characters or groups as genre things, not just superhero projects, which is what you want because you don't want every movie to be like the MCU. It all feels the same. It's a superhero project. No, Spider-Man is a soap opera. Daredevil is a lawyer show. The Punisher is an angry, vengeful, killing machine, but filled with a lot of trauma, seeing his family get gunned down and him left for dead, or thinking he was killed. Um, Squirrel Girl is a fun, comedic character like She-Hulk. You can have comedy. Shang-Chi, martial arts master, same with Danny Rand. My point is, DCU are doing better than MCU because what they're doing is treating characters as genre things, not just a superhero project. And I do think that's gonna really set them up better in the future because now you're looking at the slate and you go, Clayface is a body horror film, but it's set in the DCU. It's R rated. So, okay, that's cool. Swamp Thing will eventually come out. That's meant to be a gothic Victorian horror film. Superman is a he's a lovely man, Superman. Batman will be a detective one. So at least with the DCU, they're doing things that are different, which is good. They're treating characters like a movie or a TV show, not as a product placement for the universe, which is what you want. In terms of what I would like to see the MCU haven't done beforehand, that the DCU could, probably should do over the bar by Rabiot, is do it's sort of a double-edged sword. Keep your chapters or slates or phases, whatever, but learn from what the MCU did. So the MCU from phase 1 to 3 theatrically had a thorough line for continuity wise. So look at this. But what I would actually say is do what James Gunn is doing. Gods and monsters. Stuff has to fit within that bracket to be released in that chapter. However, Booster Gold, The Brave and the Bold, they don't work for me in that category. Fans catch. Lanterns, which is set to come out at some point this year, works within the Gods and Monsters bracket because the monsters could be members of the core. All fights breaking out now. The Dictator, unhappy. The dictator's happy. That's all that matters. But lanterns works within the monsters concept because anyone can be a lantern. There could be monsters as lanterns. There could be a big bad, which is apparently what this show is doing, seeding the movies and the TV shows into one wonderful header away. But for gods and monsters, the brave and the bold doesn't work because Batman isn't a god, he's a human. Booster Gold is a normal man with futuristic technology who travels back in time because he's a fucking loser in his own time. Catch. Um, Swamp Thing works because he's a monster. Paradise Lost works because it's Amazonians, Themyscirians, they're classed as gods. Excuse me, Superman works, he's essentially a god, just like Supergirl. The Authority would have worked, but then they were like, oh, that's not going to work as a concept. It does, but that's what the MCU should have done. So obviously they've taken that from the MCU, which is using phases, but I think there needs to be more diversity within the chapters or slates or phases. I wouldn't mind if the MCU were to just be like, okay, the first 6 months of this year, 2 TV shows, 2 movies, they're under a cosmic banner so it can further stretch out the cosmic ethos. Then the last 6 months, it's supernatural. And just have 2 ongoings at the same time that will eventually cross over with each other, for example. Just something like that. Have different banners so that you can explore more within the same period of time, if that makes sense. I went off on a massive tangent, and I don't think that makes sense, does it? Hmm? Excuse me. We'll get after a failed corner attempt. Um, right. Um, I don't know what the DCU could take from the MCU to what is a positive the MCU has done. Because the issue with James Gunn is he likes the obscure characters already, but he's more caring for them than he is about Wonder Woman. Even Batman, like what's happening with the Brave and the Bold movie? I do think Andy Muschietti could be a very good option for Batman. I don't think he put a bad foot wrong with Batman in the Flash movie, but it's like I guess they could take an ensemble to end each chapter, but the ensemble doesn't need to just be the Justice League. It doesn't just need to be the Suicide Squad or a Green Lantern's crossover with other street heroes. It doesn't need to be Doom Patrol or Watchmen or what other super groups exist. You can tell I've not read a lot of DC growing up. Um, I've got one actually because Teen Titans is existing as a project. Why not show each member as a solo movie and then put them together? That's like if the Avengers just happened after the first 2 Iron Man movies with the Hulk as a one in between. Hmm. Referee being paid by the French. Pardon me. That's like if the MCU had Iron Man 1, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, The Avengers. The DCU is going to have the Teen Titans as a project without actually introducing any of the members individually in their own things beforehand. How does that work? How does that make sense? You know what I mean? It doesn't, does it? So that's what the DCU should do. Don't just introduce a group unless the group itself can work as a debut appearance for all of them as a group and separately. I'm not making much sense, am I? But Creature Commandos works as a thing without introducing other characters first, but Teen Titans you kind of need to. Imagine if the MCU just made the Young Avengers, but at least they've actually introduced certain characters. There's France, but I'm sort of looking forward to Clayface. I saw this thing, Mike Flanagan, he was like, it was inspired by the Batman animated series. I think there's a 2 episode part with Clayface in it, and he said, yeah, that's literally what the inspiration is. Apparently, a lot of people just don't admit that it's inspired by something. It's like, oh, it's my original idea, and I've taken some liberties or whatever. But he seemed genuinely enthusiastic to talk about the inspiration, which was the 90s Batman animated series. And that's what you want. I don't see many directors for the MCU saying that they actually love the source material. I've not seen any MCU director of recent note talk about how they grew up with the Thunderbolts comics or how they saw America Chavez debut and meant she's amazing, or said, oh, Agatha Harkness was always a character that I wanted to explore further upon since I was 4 years old or something. It's always shit like that. Either lie stupidly like that or just don't even acknowledge that what they've been gifted. How does that time make sense? It's 10:47, but it's 42 minutes. 5 minute delay. And this is live. Crazy. Anyways, it's nice to see actual fans being given the chance that are already respected in their fields to do something with the superhero genre. At least with Ryan Coogler, he was at the Iron Man 1 premiere when they were announcing it. Sam Raimi, when he was directing Spider-Man, said he grew up on the Stan Lee Steve Ditko stuff, which included Doctor Strange, and then he was able to direct Doctor Strange, sort of, for the MCU with the shit script, and obviously wrote Doctor Strange into Spider-Man 2 as a reference. But whatever's happening with the Blade film, nobody knows, because I sure as hell don't. It's not hard to make a Blade movie. If they could make a Blade trilogy from 1998 up until 2004 and a 1 season television show, as well as 3 video games, have Blade in the Ghost Rider movie game, have Blade in Spider-Man Thunder 4, have a Marvel anime Blade series, here's Paraguay in the run, not fast enough to beat the France defensive line. It isn't difficult to make a Blade movie even within the confines of the MCU. What you do is you set it in the Victorian England era, treat it like a Bloodborne homage. Everything happens in Victorian England. Blade's been dealing with vampires for decades upon decades upon decades. Nobody knows about vampires because as soon as S.H.I.E.L.D. existed and they had the encounter with Captain Marvel and Nick Fury was doing research, on other weird stuff happening. He found out vampires were real, met Blade, and just said, I'm not going to tell anyone. Excuse me. 3 minutes added on time. I'll keep this under wraps. Word won't get out. In exchange, I want to talk to you about the Midnight Suns initiative and then just have it be a MCU Iron Man 1 reference. It isn't difficult. You can make Blade work without it contradicting anything. So the fact that Blade, like Phase 4 onwards, has been a mess. Because you could tell that there wasn't really a thorough line. They were introducing characters for the sake of introducing characters. That's a free kick, is it not? Kamala Khan should have been introduced in a Captain Marvel 2 to then be spun off into her own show, but I suppose it doesn't matter really. But it's the fact that they've decided to use Armor, a mutant who nobody remembers apart from that one anime X-Men show, to differentiate her from Mr. Fantastic, who stretches like, yes, a teenage Pakistani Muslim girl and a Latino Pedro Pascal look exactly the same, and the general audience would be confused by who's stretching when. So instead, just treat like a weird Green Lantern fan hybrid crossover character. It's stupid. It's honestly really stupid. You can tell the energy drinks worked, can't you? Because I'm talking to shit with nobody to stop us. Crazy. I've nearly drunk it all. I don't know why, but I could just drink it and drink it. I love it. I've got to save some in case there's extra time. But I'm like proper buzzing now. So I apologise, viewer. I do. Tell us to put a sock in it if I need to. Right. Goal kick Paraguay. Is international football really that hard? It's just football, isn't it? Like at the end of the day, you're gonna say, "Oh well, this is hard," but is it? Is it really? Oh, there's a Geordie in there. Up the fucking mags. Right. 1 minute left. If this is the last, hang on, 6, 7, 8. This is the last action of the game. Yes, it is. Cleared by Paraguay. Half time. I'll go to the toilet. I'll be back to chat more shit. Chat shit, get banned. Hello again, viewer. Thank you for staying. DC Comics. Anybody ever heard of them? Detective Comics. What a sad, sad, sad name that is. DC Comics is Detective Comics. How stupid is that? But anyways, they've had Creature Commandos come out, Peacemaker Season 2 in a brand new universe. They've had, what is it? Superman that I've never seen. Supergirl that I've never seen. I've not actually watched anything from the brand new DC universe. As of right now, I've got no interest in watching Creature Commandos. I'll probably watch Peacemaker Season 2 because I've seen the first season. Um, I'll watch Superman because I grew up on the Christopher Reeve films. Uh, Supergirl, I like the character. I want to read the character's comics. I'll watch that one day, but maybe not until it's out on DVD because there's other stuff to watch, like Helen Slater's Supergirl film. Uh, Clayface is coming out, which is unique but good. Jimmy Olsen is getting a Gorilla Grodd TV show crossover for some reason. Lanterns is coming out. Um, V for Vendetta is existing in the DCU, apparently, even though it makes no sense to exist within a shared continuity. Um, Paradise Lost and Wonder Woman are supposedly in the works, but it doesn't look like either of them are in contention or consideration for being treated with respect. The Brave and the Bold, you may as well just bring back the TV show at that point. Um, the Authority got cancelled. Sergeant Rock got cancelled. You know, people are complaining about the amount of stuff now we're getting of killing Nazis, and it's like, mate, if you're complaining about the over exposure of killing Nazis in movies coming back, what does that say about you? You know what I mean? Um, I remember when the DCU first came out, I was like wanting to read all of the original stuff that was going to be adapted. I was going to be watching everything, airing date, opening night, and I've not even watched, I don't know, anything. My issue is it's a friendship club. James Gunn came in and said, my mates stay, the rest fuck off. The exception maybe being whoever played Jaime Reyes in the Blue Beetle film. And even then, he may just be getting an animated sequel for some reason. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Um, but yeah. Oh, nearly finished my monster. I'll preserve it. I'll try to anyways. Famous last words. Gods and Monsters doesn't work as a chapter name because Batman isn't one. Peacemaker isn't one. Booster Gold isn't one. And that's the issue. He came out and he went, this is the slate we're getting to put onto this YouTube video to show you what we're doing. Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns are all coming out. The Authority was cancelled. Swamp Thing seems to be on indefinite hold. Paradise Lost, DC don't care about Wonder Woman. Booster Gold, it's taken 3 years for a approved pilot script to maybe be looked at. And it's just so stupid. Animated Blue Beetle series supposedly in the works, and yet there's been nothing said. Um, um, I'm going to bring either back up my monster or it's just going to be a burp. We'll find out on the bed sheet. Ooh, that wasn't too bad actually. I think it was a hiccup stuck in a burp. Just bear with us. Let us simmer down. Ooh, I'm fanning myself. Tommy Tuchel. Ooh. Overrated manager. Ooh. So, don't know. It's like James Gunn was saying this is happening, that's happening, but none of it is. 50% is, and now he's bringing in a Jimmy Olsen Gorilla God TV show. He's saying that V for Vendetta is supposedly in the works, but that doesn't work within the mainstream DC universe in the comics, let alone the mainstream cinematic universe. Bane and Deathstroke are crossing over in a movie. You know when we mocked Sony for putting Spider-Man villains as leads in their own movie without Spider-Man in it. But as soon as James Gunn wants to put Clayface as a solo movie, Bane and Deathstroke as a duo movie, Teen Titans without any build-up for any of the members in solo stuff, that's okay. But as soon as Sony were doing it with Venom, Morbius, Kraven the Hunter, his villains, Spider-Man's villains, were excluding Madam Web. And I feel like there's another movie that came out. Venom had 3 movies, 1 Morbius, 1 Kraven, 1 Madam Web. I feel like there was another one. That's bad, isn't it? What other Sony Marvel movies exist? Or was it just them? I feel like there was another one. It doesn't matter. Anyways, we all mocked Sony for having a Spider-Man-less universe centered around Spider-Man. And yet, Clayface won't have Batman in, presumably. Bane and Deathstroke are going to appear in a movie. I don't mind. There was a Reddit comment and it went, why can't we see Batman as the antagonist of the movie? Seeing it through the villain's eyes, it would be a unique experience. That works. That's never been done before, to my recollection. However, what's the crack with Batman? The Brave and the Bold movie with Andy Muschietti and Christina Hodson is supposedly in development, but it's not, but it is. The Batman Matt Reeves franchise is continuing. The Arkham Asylum TV show that was said to be a part of the DCU got canned. It's just so bizarre, like what's happening. There's no thorough line. You've had Creature Commandos, which led into Peacemaker Season 2, which led into Superman, which led into Supergirl. All of those were because Creature Commandos are sort of the start. Rick Flag Sr. is the father of Rick Flag Jr., who Peacemaker killed, leading into Peacemaker Season 2. Rick Flag Sr. was in Superman, so that leads. And Supergirl is the cousin of Superman. So those four, thorough line, work. But Clayface comes out of nowhere, and I get it. If a project is good enough, it gets made. Good. I want to see these obscure characters. I want to see these weird adaptations. But I don't want to see a universe where things start becoming disjointed, like Clayface's skin, purely for the sake of rushing stuff out. Supergirl was apparently rushed out. Yet the script was very good, but nobody bothered to look at the actual final product carefully before it was released. I don't know. It's nearly the second half, boys. I don't care much for the punditry. If I could, there would be no punditry. It would be a 5 minute hydration break, not one either side in the game. 5 minute, 10 minute hydration break, back for the next 45. But excuse me. Uh, it's just a bit bizarre. But I want to get into more of the DC stuff. I want to get into the DCU. I want to get into the DCEU again. I want to get into the history of DC. Like I grew up with Marvel, so DC is kind of cordoned off. But like me growing up on Marvel, I want to grow up on DC because we are always growing up. But as of right now, my opinion for the DCU is it seems like it's everything now it's mess. Tomorrow comes out next year, which is essentially Superman Lex Luthor buddy cop movie. But I think James kind of said there's not going to be a Justice League project. But that's a damning indictment on what this DCU is trying to be. You need a Justice League if you're making a cinematic universe based on the DC Comics universe. You need the Justice League, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, a Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, because she was in the DCU, she can be there. You know, it's already planting the seeds. Bring the Justice League into it. Oh well. Oh, the Turtles, killing Mbappe's clan, Donatello, D for Dictator, Dictator Turtle. But then I'm wondering how many pictures, which is what you call it, has David Corenswet signed on to for Superman? Oh, fuck off with the TV license, BS. You need a TV license. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, I've got a TV license and they're still telling me I don't. But I do, and it's at that address and there's an email, so fuck off. Anyways, if David Corenswet has 10 picture contract on his deal, cool, sad, what, 3 appearances now? We're gonna be so far behind by the time Batman happens, by the time Wonder Woman happens, that it's just gonna be a bit of a joke. Because it just feels like there's no, at least with the MCU, they were like, okay, let's do Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America. Ant-Man was kind of stuck in development hell at the time. So let's just try do this. Let's try and build something together. And that's what they did. They had a phase. Each phase, they had an idea. With the DCU, it's like, I could call up James Gunn right now and go, can I work on a Zatanna film, please? Of course you can. Oh, is she part of your plans? No, no, but you've asked, so yeah. That's what it feels like. There's no. She would actually fit more into that slate than Batman would, because she's actually in that gods and monsters bracket with being a witch and magic and whatnot. A 5-4-1 formation for Paraguay. No, not Mickey. Not my sweet prince, my sweet smiling prince. Crossed in by Paraguay, headed away by France. France maintained possession of the ball. Paraguay press, tackle, foul, free kick France. FFF. Um, France playing in a 4-2-3-1 formation. And remind that yellow card for Bradley Barcola. Um, I feel like DC has always been playing catch up with Marvel. I feel like DC as its entity itself has always struggled. You look at the theatrical films alone on Wikipedia, forget about the direct to DVD, forget about the animated, yeah, unless it's theatrically animated. Because most of the animated ones go direct to DVD, but very few actually go to cinemas. Look at them, yeah. Marvel had Howard the Duck, Blade, X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Daredevil, The Punisher, Fantastic Four, Elektra, Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, The Avengers, whatever. Different stuff. What did DC have? Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4, Superman Returns, Supergirl, Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises. The only exceptions were Green Lantern in 2011, Jonah Hex in 2010, Watchmen in 2010. Patience Phillips is a Catwoman film in 2004. Constantine in 2005, which has become a cult classic, and that's it. Or Steel as well exists something. You know what I mean? Like the general gist of it is DC spends so much time, even now, on Batman and Superman, even in the DC EU, that they kind of just forgot everything else existed. The DC EU is branched off from Superman and Batman. Is that a corner? Get in. Started off with Man of Steel. Then BVS was the second movie. Suicide Squad is primarily a Batman villain movie. Okay? Out of all of the Justice League members, Batman is the one that the overarching narrative fits around. Okay? Wonder Woman first appeared in Batman v Superman. The Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg first appeared in that same movie as CCTV footage things, right? Shazam as Superman in the movie. Birds of Prey is a spin-off from the Suicide Squad. Black Adam is a spin-off from Shazam. Blue Beetle is probably the only one that is so isolated from everything else. That's why the DCU wanted to give it an animated sequel. Paraguay Corner. Punched by Mannion. Free kick. Off run. Everything spun off from Batman and Superman. DC relied on them far too much. Maybe I'm reaching a bit, but yeah. Wonderful pass. It did hit off the arm, I saw it. It was. What a tackle. That was it. Um, but no, I think DC are hopefully in their brighter age now where they realise it's not just Batman and Superman. That's why Supergirl's not made that much money. Had she had, like I said before, two very successful, highly regarded movies in the 70s, then yes, she would have made bank. But she had one that nobody liked, a CW show, which I think that says it all, really. So obviously, it's not going to make bank unless you are either a massive comic nerd, a massive DC nerd, or was it House of the Dragon you watch? Is that what she's in? Never watched Game of Thrones, never watched House of the Dragon, never read the books. I played some of the Telltale game. But yeah, Paraguay goalkeeper. Rams get the ball back. Um, I don't know what I would like to see from the DC universe. Just genre and stuff, not a superhero project. Jonah Hex had a movie, nobody knows it exists. But bring him back, because I like the character, and give him a proper Western film. Because Jonah Hex is one of those where, oh, what a save, what a save. Jonah Hex is one of those where he does work in the mainline continuity because he just exists in the past. You know what I mean? Paraguay, deal with it. But you look at DC, right? To be fair, it's not like DC never tried to make other movies. They've got a lot more cancelled movies than Marvel could ever not dream of having. The one that really sticks out to me was there was meant to be a Green Arrow movie in the mid 2000s where he had to team up with criminals he'd put away to escape to save the world or something. It's such a unique concept where he got arrested has to work with the people that he put in jail. Imagine that though. That's such a cool concept where it's like, listen, I'll put you away because you did something bad. Nils each 55 minutes in. But if I don't get out there, this entire world is going to be destroyed. Do you really want to be responsible for that? But I never grew up on DC a lot. I grew up on the games and the cartoon shows more than I did. I don't like animated. I don't like the word cartoon. It seems childish, even though some of those are children's shows. Um, but I want to grow up with DC. Grow up as a 23-year-old means what? Till I'm 30. Shit, my phone, 10%. I'll tell you what, I can just plug it in. Yeah, can't I? Nothing but that happen when I'm putting anything in. Hang on. Excuse me. What's that? Was that? Alice? That's not Alice. I just saw the last two. That's just SME. But it was Alice. My bad. Paraguay and a substitution. Shit. My phone's dropped on the floor. Let's have a look at this. Good save. Great save. Fantastic save. Fantabadozi. Um, Steel was a movie as well. But Constantine too as well. That's meant to be coming out, but nobody ever talks about that. It somehow became a cult classic of a film and just I think for whatever reason, Keanu Reeves has worked on a lot of films, and the one film he wanted to do a sequel to that he never got the chance to. Finale is on for somebody that I've missed the name of for changed left paragraph to make. Was Constantine too. I loved the Green Lantern movie as a kid. I loved it. I watched the shit out of that. Like every day I'd be watching it. Sad, isn't it? It's Paraguay. Oh, I'll be having a third energy drink in 3 days with the England match. What am I saying? That's going to be even worse. Barcola, Barcola. Um, yeah, reverse was shit. So at least the DCU could take lessons from that and not be like that. I say that and I've never really even watched the Arrowverse. I just know it's shit. I've seen images, I've seen pictures, I've seen videos, I've seen everything. Over the bar Barcola, I've seen the same thing in the same type of format. That to me is like two different things because I need to wrap my brain around it a second time. Red Tornado is literally an android that just wants to kill Kryptonians. Mate, he's a layered character in the comics. Fuck off. And then Supergirl has armor. It's like what? What's happening? Supergirl is like a Power Rangers Max Steel armor, and it's like what is happening? Another change for Paraguay. Off Enciso, excuse me, on Caballero, three changes left. But I don't know where to start my basic journey. All right. Bradley Barcola's off because he's on a yellow card. On Dewey, he was awful the last time I watched him. Four changes left. As a Senegal, he was awful against Dewey and he kept getting shouted at or something. Um, I just feel like the DCU shot itself in the foot by trying to be the James Gunn verse. Jimmy Olsen is an iconic character, and as I've said before, people saying that he isn't is like saying that the Daily Bugle staff, particularly Robbie Robertson and Betty Brant, aren't as important in Peter Parker's life because they're not J. Jonah Jameson. Fuck off. Actually read some comics and stop jacking off to Wattpad fanfics about Tom Holland and Zendaya. Get a grip. Anyways, Gorilla Grodd could set up a lot of stuff. Batman, Flash, I'm sure he does stuff in the comics as well, but yeah. Yes, fans try to get something. Yes, Ulisse, whatever. That's what I thought he said. I thought he said go. Short, wide, over. That is a foul. I remember people were like taking the mick out of DC for the first TV spot or something of Green Lantern's TV show for not being green enough, and it's like I jumped on that bandwagon. I felt really watching the trailer, then I watched a tiny bit and I thought, whatever. I stopped caring. But obviously, it's probably from the first episode, all of the stuff from the trailer. Then they're going to reveal the costumes. But I just pray that it's not the same costume that was in Superman, because even though I've not seen the movie, I've seen the costume. I don't like that costume. The costume in the 2011 film, that's how it should be, minus a lot of lights on the costume. I feel like that's a good starting point, the 2011 suit. It just didn't translate well at all to the big screen. Do it. Yes, Paraguay. Miggy, he always works hard. Yeah, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. No. This is a very different duet from the Senegal one. Why does that take multiple looks? For me, I'm looking at it once and I'm going, that's a penalty. Have a second look, that's fine. It is a penalty. All the mind games. Shithousery at its finest. He's took and scored his last five for club and country. Mate, this is peak shithousery. I thought it was wide. Good penalty. Good penalty. Can't take that away from him. Might as well finish this. I can't see Paraguay scoring. Few changes being made for Paraguay. Excuse me. Say that energy drink is healthy because it's got zero sugar. No, really, oh, Mickey. Why was she hiding? You're gonna tell us who's came off and on? Oh God. Excuse me. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Then what? Uh, Box office. British. Oh, halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. All right, let's have a look at this. We are watching Mexico, England, as have an energy drink for about a month and a bit before Australia, Turkey, 5 a.m. Didn't have another one for a few weeks, and I'm gonna have three in 3 nights. Well, I say that I have energy drinks at work, but not at home. We are watching Portugal, Spain on Monday. That's an 8 p.m. kickoff. Well, I say we will be watching it. I don't know what's happening with my personal life. Nothing serious, but USA, Belgium, I'm not watching that. Oh no, my hair. My hair, my beautiful hair. Halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Enjoy the wigs, fine. Right. Chat filter, put it back on all messages, something that just changes. We're halfway there. Oh, okay, there we go. Gomez and Almiron are off. Avalos and Mauricio are on. No changes left. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. Got each other. That's so long for long. We'll give it a shot. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a cliff. Yes, France. Paraguay free kick. Mbappe, the Lord and Saviour, has on the same FIFA 26 World Cup goals as Messi. Paraguay can't keep it in. Yeah, I was gonna say. He looks happy. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, whoa, living on a cliff. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, whoa, living on a cliff. Bonds throwing. Got Paraguay throwing. And Bonds free kick inside the one penalty box. We're halfway there. Living on a cliff. How did I touch me? It's like a proper fingerprint or something on my glasses. Yellow card for Corny, number 6. Well, Manu Corny, yellow card, France, number 6. Header, caught. 5, 4. That should have been a second yellow, just for the sake of Paraguay getting through. Paraguay, awful, awful. Oh no, someone is there. Oh, fuck off, man. Dembele off, Cherky on, 3 changes left for France. Willis and Cherky just keep passing to each other. Paraguay through on 5 minutes of normal time, probably be like 8 minutes added on time, that's what I'm guessing. Shot, deflected, corner. Or goal kick. I thought I took a deflection. Ridiculous, man. Yeah, though. Paraguay forward. I'd say Tonali. What? Has he got that pissed off Italy haven't qualified again for a World Cup? He's just joined Paraguay instead to be with Miggy. Mbappe shot, good save. How can somebody whistle that loud? 94 Paraguay passes completed to 474 France. Shot, save. Save by Mannion. Ten. I said eight, to be fair. Yes, France. Deflected. Shot. Cleared. That was a good tackle. What on about? No, never mind. Yeah, good tackle. Put it up the pitch to nobody. Why is that relevant? Had this been in England and Wembley was the destination for the final, then obviously it would have been relevant. Just sounds like he's got nothing else to talk about, which to be fair, I was talking about fucking DC Comics for most of it. A Gmail notification. Out. No. Mm-hmm. That's nothing, that. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. It wasn't even, he didn't even hit him there. Why are you holding his face if it was there? Come on, man. Five minutes left. As do we? Mbappe, good catch. Good save. Oh, another good save. Oh, Michael Elise, yellow card, France number 11. Paraguay have a corner, last 3 minutes of stoppage time. Corner Paraguay, catch by Mannion. Two minutes left. Just trying to pick the scab up my nose. Probably not a very smart idea to do. Now they're trying to play for the corner. Free kick, free kick. Sorry, free kick, France. Who slapped us off? Last minute. I've enjoyed this game. It's been a proper pantomime villain watch. Paraguay could have one last attack. So final attack. Well, that's the final score, 1-0. I'm just going to wait around to see if any fights break out. Because I feel like this isn't over. I thought so. Let's just see what happens. I think that's it. Yeah, well, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you later.